Getting ready for the final game. What's been a most interesting series of matches here at the Oceania Cup in Hobart at the State Hockey Centre. Australia and New Zealand in the men's competition. Sean Anderson, it's all ahead of us. Can Australia do it? Can they win by more than 3 and maintain that #1 ranking in the world?
Yeah, thanks, Pete. I'm obviously very biased, working for the team and with the team, so I think they can do it. I've seen them. One thing about the Aussie team is they can pile on the goals pretty quickly. I've seen them do it before. They're saying that what motivation for New Zealand to be the one that can knock the Aussies off the #1 spot in the world. So a lot to play for here, not only the Oceania Cup, but that #1 world ranking point. So that #1 ranking obviously has repercussions on which pool you're placing at the Olympics, and it'd be a shame if the boys lost that. But they've put themselves in this position. They probably should have won yesterday and didn't. So plenty to play for, and I think it's going to be a cracking game.
The anthems.
Just following up from the previous game with the Hockey Roos down in the change rooms, obviously very disappointed, and New Zealand very happy. The feeling from the coach Adam Commons was that we haven't had a lot of big game experience yet, so we didn't really handle that situation very well. That'll come with time. So they're disappointed, but they've had some really good patches of play. In particular, I think we've been pretty good at our penalty corners, and we executed a few of them really well. So some positives to take away from that. Obviously, losing the Oceania Cup isn't great, but I think we've definitely seen some progress over the last couple of months, and that's going to continue. So absolutely vital. The Kookaburras not only try and win this match, but even to put in a good performance. They have been a little bit rusty, and we're disappointed with the way they've played so far. They've put Nathan Burgers back in goal, who's their goalkeeper. It's probably #1 choice goalkeeper. So fingers crossed he can do the job, and really if he can keep a clean sheet, it'll go a long way to helping the Kookaburras get the 3 goal that they need. Hearing from Jamie Dwyer yesterday, he said they're going to take it 1 goal at a time. So just see how they go. If they get 1-0 up, 2-0 up, and then they'll reassess from there. But I think we've seen them play some good hockey in patches. They just need to put it together for a full 70 minutes here.
Goes without saying, Sean, that a good start is what Australia needs. And I guess the problem is that when you're chasing a game, which is what they're doing, they're chasing a margin, that they don't concede any goals in doing so. That's the difficulty. That's the dilemma. But whether New Zealand need to just do anything different, or whether they can afford to just play things the way they did in the earlier games, it remains to be seen. But it's going to be a fascinating game to follow over the next 70 minutes and more. Well, we've seen a game already today, and New Zealand, I think deservedly, won the series, but they left it late. And Australia now is facing the prospect of leaving Tasmania with no silverware from this series. And Australia now, that's moving forward. There's Glenn Turner, the big striker from Canberra. Jamie Dwyer crosses nicely. Wouldn't an early goal be a good tonic for Australia? It's just off the foot of that man, Kyle Pentafax, the New Zealand goalkeeper who was so effective in game 1 on Thursday night. Bright start here for the Kookaburras. Jamie Dwyer's there. 1 goal early, Sean, and it changes a whole lot of things.
Perfect start from the boys. Yeah, had a chat to Jamie Dwyer yesterday. Obviously his first tournament for the year. He said his knee's feeling good, his fitness is good. Just some of his skill, there's a little bit of fine tuning. So it'd be great to see him crack a couple of goals early from his confidence point of view and the team's confidence point of view. So see how they go here at the corner. Haven't done as well as I would have liked, and I think that they're missing Luke Dorner quite a bit, who's the main man from penalty corners. So we'll see how we go here.
So a penalty corner inside the first 2 minutes. If Australia can get on the board here, well, I'll tell you what, that will change a lot of things. And it's in the back of the net. It was Eddie Ockenden in combination there, and it was Kieran Govers as well. Talk us through that one, Sean.
It's really well worked. Kieran Govers moved his position very late, and Eddie was on the end of it, so great to score in front of his home crowd, but more importantly, great for the Kookaburras to get on the score early. And listen, they've started each game really well. They just haven't been on the score, so they've done that now, and let's hope that continues. A couple more goals, and we can win it. But in saying that, as you mentioned, it's going to be the key is going to be to keep them to 0, because if they score 1-2 goals, that means we've got to score 4 or 5. So if Burgers can do his job, it'll go a long way to helping the boys out.
So that was the shot from Kieran Govers that fell to the path of Eddie Ockenden, who put it in the back of the net. What a start for Australia. And New Zealand, well, you don't need to be a qualified psychologist to know what's going through their mind. They're thinking, hang on, we had a 3-goal buffer. It's now 2. It's handy, but with the balance of the game remaining, all of a sudden, their mindset would have been adjusted very quickly. What they would have wanted was a nice solid 15, 20 minutes of play with no score on the board from Australia. Not to be. Aussies going to attack again, the Kookaburras, into the D. Across the face of goal, and there's Eddie Ockenden, who's come alive on his home turf this afternoon so far. Very exciting here. Maybe the words filtered through to the Australian camp that the number 1 ranking is at stake. I'll tell you what, one thing I've learned over this week of hockey is that you do not underestimate this New Zealand team. Organised, capable in attack, and very well prepared for this event. Well, what an opening. Every game we've had, Sean, without exception, has been fascinating in every way. It's been terrific. Steve Edwards wears number 31 for New Zealand. There's Andy Hayward with the trademark headband. I reckon I know where these fellas will be headed after this game tonight. They'll be back to their hotel or somewhere similar to take in the final of the quarterfinals of the Rugby World Cup. With their sporting brothers, the All Blacks, take on Argentina. I reckon they'll win that one. As to how Australia goes against South Africa, that's unfolding right now in Wellington. Let's watch the hockey here. New Zealand now, just for the first time in the game, just working their way into attack. It was across the face of goal. Was it Was that a genuine chance? And New Zealand just haven't settled yet. They will be psychologically on the back foot here, no question. And the Australians, well, they're just a class outfit. I call them a Rolls Royce, and I mean that in a very positive sense, Sean. They're just a high-class piece of sporting machinery. Look at their results. That tells you the story. And it goes into the D there. And the Aussies bustling. They want number 2. They want it quick. They know that will really set the cat amongst the pigeons. New Zealand, they want to just settle. Let the game settle a bit and work their way into their rhythm. Sunshine breaks through. That is most welcome. That'll increase the real-time temperature significantly. Your thoughts on the early stages of the game, Sean?
Yeah, happy so far. You look at the previous results between these two sides. We scored 9 goals against them last year at the Champions Trophy. I think we scored 6 goals at the Commonwealth Games last year. So I guess there's some form there. But no, I really like the way what I've seen so far. Our boys look pretty animated and definitely giving it their all at the moment. So interesting to see if they can keep this up. I hope they do.
Yeah. Sean Anderson from Hockey Australia across the face of goal. That was into the path of the Australian striker there, Mark Patterson. Still 1-0 to Australia. So Australia with the running early. And their tails are up. They've really bounced out of the blocks here today. What an intriguing sporting contest this is. There is Steve Edwards for the Blacksticks. Cross it goes here. Well intercepted by Mark Knowles. Knowles finds Simon Orchard, into the D. The Australians go. Good weaving run there. Look at that for attack for Australia. Still alive. The ball off the stick into the path of Kyle Pentafax, and New Zealand somehow repel the attack. The Kookaburras are sharp as a attack here this afternoon.
Yeah, they wanted the corner there. Great to see Knowlesy get some early touches. He hasn't played a lot of hockey this year, so he's a real key for us, and one of the best defenders in the world. So great to see him involved in the game early.
Phil Burrows, the New Zealand skipper, the veteran, goes into the path of Blair Hilton. And Australia work their way out of defence. That looked like Matthew Swan to me. He's a good player. Good lightweight defender. Burrows. Australia, Glenn Simpson. Simon Orchard. And at the 8-minute mark of the first half, Australia need 1-0. Mark Patterson. Good run by Patterson. Still going. Goes into the D. And the All Blacks, the Blacksticks, play across the face of goal. Bradley Shaw. There's Andy Hayward. Andy Hayward again. Steve Edwards. There you go, New Zealand. Promising attack. Sean Collier playing in the midfield, the redhead. Phil Burrows was there for New Zealand, but Australia controlling this game noticeably. Mark Patterson's there. Look at the crisp play by the Kookaburras here. Buttarini into the D. Look at him go. Buttarini, lovely run by Buttarini, and New Zealand can't fend that one away. That was a very, very good run there by Buttarini. And what's the story here? Penalty stroke?
Yeah, penalty stroke. There's a bit of feeling in this game. Great bit up from Jamie Dwyer involved there, and Matt Buttarini showing some great skill in the circle. So anyone who thought this was going to be a dead rubber or a dull game, they've been shown that's not the case, and this is the way this is the boys that I know, and this is what was probably missing in the first couple of games. So very exciting start, and I'm hoping that they continue.
Well, it seems like a different team. It really does this afternoon. Now, who's going to take the stroke here? It'll be Simon Orchard. And this really is the start Australia wanted. This is New Zealand's worst fear, to concede 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Just takes the sting out of that lead very quickly. Simon Orchard at the penalty stroke. 10-minute mark. And there it is. So, 10-minute mark. Sean, Australia has pulled 2 back.
Absolutely perfect start. Simon Orchard's got a very good story. He was in the squad, leading up to Beijing. Only had a handful of games, didn't get picked, and took it pretty well. And has really developed into one of our best players, one of our best midfielders. Kyle Brown told me a story the other day that he fancied himself as if there was ever a Kookaburras calendar again, that he'd be one of the main players featuring. So I'm not sure he's going to be happy about me telling that story, but it's a bit of a funny one. So no, it's great to get a good start, and it's absolutely perfect for the boys. And he was almost there again. So
who was that in the face of goal there? That was Orchard again. That was a I have to say, a chance missed for Australia. And Sorelli is on the ball there. Well, this is the number 1 ranked team in the world, that's for sure. They have hit the ground running this afternoon. They really have. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch this. Sorelli, look at the urgency. And New Zealand are just wondering what on earth has happened here. They're a resilient team, though, these Blacksticks. Fergus Kavanagh with a long shot there. But all they've got to play with now, the Blacksticks, is a 1-goal lead. And we've got everything bar 11 minutes of the game to go. Well, let's all take a big deep breath, and for Australian hockey this is good news. Blair hopping for New Zealand. It goes over the sideline. Steve Edwards. Jamie Dwyer there for Australia. What do the Blacksticks do now, I wonder? Just find their tempo. They've got some talent up forward, don't worry about that. And they've got some experience.
Yeah, certainly. They just need to really think to stick to their structures. They've played some really good hockey in the first 2 games of this series, so they know that they're capable. But at the moment, they're just being completely outplayed, and I'm not sure if there's much they can do, because the Kookaburras are just on song.
Well, amazing. So New Zealand trying to settle. It goes here across to Hopping. Bradley Shaw on the open side wing. Gets around Glenn Turner. Turner going forward. Glenn Turner had some chances to score late in yesterday's game, the 3-3 draw. Orchard into the circle. Buttarini was there. And New Zealand hanging on for dear life here. There's Jamie Dwyer dancing. Nice play there. Sean Collier for the Blacksticks. Down the open side flank they go. Sean Collier. Bradley Shaw. Simon Orchard. Buttarini. Matthew Buttarini for Australia. What a run that was to set up the penalty stroke. So goals so far for the Australians to Simon Orchard from the penalty stroke spot, and also Eddie Ockenden, the hometown boy. (2-0) to Australia. There's still a lot of work to do. The Australians, what they cannot do is concede a goal. They will undo a lot of this work. Inglis, good deep ball. And the Blacksticks, in a sense, now know that their best means of preserving this very promising situation they had in this series is to score another goal. I'm not saying they've come out here to defend a 3-goal lead, but you never know what the psychology does at a level below. There's Swan. And Swan puts it into the corner. And Australia press on. They're looking so dangerous. Every attack seems to loaded with potential. Well, 15 minutes gone, Sean. It's 2-0 to Australia. The team that owns everything in world hockey except for the Olympic gold medal. As we see the ball from outside the 23-yard line going to the back of the net. Can I ask you on the spot, Sean, how many of these members of this team played in the team that won the gold medal in Athens in 2004?
Give me a minute, I'll just go through. Well, according to my calculations, there's 3 of the 2004 side: Jamie Dwyer, Liam DeYoung, and Mark Knowles. Quite a few others: Fergus Kavanagh, Eddie Ockenden, also played in the 2008 bronze medal side. So there's a fair bit of experience out there. But the beautiful thing is from that is that it's people like Liam DeYoung who are still, really contributing for the team. And he's had a great start here. So these older, experienced players are still pulling their weight, which is fantastic. Just coming up for their second penalty corner of the game. I think I'm trying to see if Sorello's out on the pitch, if he's on the bench. They went to Kookaburras the first time and it was successful through a deflection. So interesting to see what they do here. We've got Matt Butterini, Mark Knowles, and Kookaburras all looking capable to take the shot here. So we'll see which one they go to. Govers again, and he's up and about after that one. Absolutely beautifully taken flick there. It's great to see them converting these chances, because after the first game when they had 9 corners and didn't quite get there, so it's great to see them take these chances, and that's 3 goals up now, and I couldn't have expected a better start from this, and I just really hope they continue on. The key is going to be, as you said a couple of times, don't concede a goal, because if they get one back, the whole game changes. So I hope the boys put the foot down and record a strong win, and hopefully get that number 1 ranking, which I think that they deserve.
So, Sean, Australia needs to win this game by 3 or more goals, so now it's all square.
It's all square as of now. If they win by 3 goals, it'll go into extra time, golden goal. So we're pretty much starting again, and we can make amends for a couple of poor games if we can hold on here and do the right thing.
Talk about a champion team. And the way things are going, they could run away with this. 3 goals in 17 minutes. How must the Blacksticks be feeling? They would have been more than quietly confident of maintaining this, Sean.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, they've played some great hockey this tournament. So one thing that Kookaburras don't want to do is concede a penalty corner, because New Zealand have been really proficient in that area so far this tournament. So listen, it's still early days, but don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But the boys are looking really good.
Facing their worst nightmare here. This Australian team, the Kookaburras, have come out with their A game today, and they have turned it on. Goals to Eddie Ockenden after 2 minutes after a penalty stroke. Got the thing rolling for the Kookaburras. Then Simon Orchard scored from the penalty stroke after 10 minutes after a great run from Matthew Bullarini.
Almost slipped there by DY, and he's been one of the guys I've been really happy with so far today. Really one of the veterans of the team, and just so experienced and reliable. So great to see him playing a great game, along with a few other sort of older heads like Mark Knowles, and it's good that Jamie Dwyer's had a few early touches as well.
And now the Blacksticks have got to do something to get a goal on the board and just revive their somewhat shattered confidence. But a brilliant start to this match by the Kookaburras. And New Zealand, confidence shaken, wondering what on earth has hit them. What's hit them is the best team in the world. What a thrill it is to watch this. That's just class. 3 goals to 0 to the Kookaburras. That's the score that we saw after 70 minutes of play. on Thursday night in the opening game of this series. What are the Blacksticks made of? How good is this Kookaburras team? In the square, and the Kyron Petrifax, who had a lot of things go his way on Thursday night. He had a good night, very good night. Hasn't found it quite as easy to keep the ball out of the net this afternoon. Sorelli. Australia still surge forward. They're on the goal face again. There was big Glenn Turner. Russell Ford was in there. Good pass from him. And that pass goes straight to Sorelli, and Australia just surging here. Just wave after wave of attack. They're so crisp today. Kyle Brown. Here's Glenn Turner. The bald man from Canberra. Collier. Australia go again. Good run there by Kyle Brown. Well, I can't believe these are the teams we watched play on Thursday and Saturday. Sean, such is the dominance of Australia so far. After 21 minutes, New Zealand has hardly had a meaningful raid into Australian territory, and it's just been a succession of attacks from the Australians as we see Mark Patterson on the ball now. Sorello. Well, 21 minutes gone. First half, Australia leads 3-0. So it's all square in terms of the series. I've been really impressed by the play of, as we watch here, Kyle Brown carry it forward. I've been really impressed by the play of Matthew Buttarini. I don't think there's been a better player on the field for Australia in the opening stages of this game.
Yeah, Matt Buttarini, very good player. He had a difficult year last year. Was part of our World Cup side. Had some injuries and missed out on the Champions Trophy and the Commonwealth Games. So I see him as a really key part of our team. He adds a lot, and he's also one of these blokes who can have a go from penalty corners as well. So he adds a lot to the team.
Here's Sean Collier for the Blacksticks. That's a good run. But there's waves of Australian defence there as New Zealand is playing one out here. It's Richard Petherick. And here goes Eddie Ockenden with that trademark gate. Look at that for a stride. And it goes looking for Glenn Turner. Lovely play there by Ockenden. Sorello. Only goes as far as Buttarini. Look at the urgency. Simon Orchard. Orchard on the edge of the circle. The New Zealand defence, though, just marshalling pretty well here. And they're doing all right at the moment. The Blacksticks, Steve Edwards. And they go forward again. Steve Edwards. Simon Child looking in the circle. Simon Child's there, as is Blair Hilton. Mark Patterson. Oh, off the stick there. It falls to Orchard. Collier. Orchard. Turner off the stick of Petrifax. That was a lovely strike from Glenn Turner. That was only the outside edge of Kyle Pontifax's stick. Prevented goal number 4 from going in the net there, and New Zealand is really under the pump here in a big way. .23 minutes gone in the game. And it's all Australia. Ockenden. Look at that for a surge. Look at that for acceleration. Drifting into the box. Eddie Ockenden's a lovely player to watch. He's such a gifted athlete and such a skilled player.
Yeah, no, he is. He's really stepped up. We've had a lot of injuries this year to key players like Knowlesy. Rob Hammond's another one who's been missing a bit, and Luke Dorner. So these veterans are being out of the team, and Eddie's really stepped up and doing a really good job. he's still only a young bloke. He's only about 23, 24, so still got a long way to go in the game. And how much better he can become, I guess that's up to him. He's a former Junior World Player of the Year, so he's been touted for a long time as going to be a good player. I'm really hoping he can take that next step and become an elite player, and potentially the best player in the world one day.
Yeah. Here go the Blacksticks down the open side. Sun's out, Sean. That's most welcome. When the sun comes out, you can feel like you're not in the middle of winter. Sorello. Glenn Turner's been there or thereabouts today so far. He's been playing very well. Andy Hayward there in defence. Jamie Dwyer. Jamie Dwyer still with the ball at his stick. Still the Australians surge forward. Jamie Dwyer, trademark run from him. And the Australians just relentless here. They're not giving the Blacksticks a moment's respite. Everything's play on. Quick. They can know they've got them harassed. And they want to make this advantage pay. Buttarini into the circle, across the face of goal. Is that Jamie Dwyer? It was. Yep. Andy Hayward there at defending. Look at Dwyer's stick work. 2 defenders on him. And a bit of relief here for the Blacksticks, who can hardly get their rhythm going here. What they wanted was to get to this stage of the game with their lead nice and intact, so the panic had set in. But the Australians have got no need to panic now. They're just playing their game. They've wiped the deficit, and they're playing the game on their terms. And the Blacksticks have got to find a way to goal, as well as keeping Australia out. Here's Dwyer. Nice run there by Glenn Simpson. Kieran Govers. Good crowd in. The weather hasn't been kind to us, really. We had a nice afternoon yesterday. It was quite warm. Now New Zealand. There's Swan. Buttarini. Orchard. Good run by Simon Orchard. Into the circle, looking for Buttarini and Govers. But Australians just running everywhere. Look at them moving, swarming. 3-0. Lobbed pass there into the path of Phil Burrows. Burrows into the circle. That's a good play. Wilson across the face. Nick Wilson wears number 32 for New Zealand. Sorello shadows the ball over the sideline. Mark Sorello, long pass down the grandstand wing. Here's Hayward. This is better from the Blacksticks. They go into the circle now. Reverse stick shot. And Nathan Burgess just pops a big paw up and lobs it over the baseline. But Australia now repelling New Zealand's attack. But this is sustained build-up here by the Blacksticks. Rick Charlesworth yesterday pointed out that this Blacksticks team has got ample experience. You know, many players, half a dozen players with more than 100 games of international games to their credit. You did. Sean, how do you read it?
Well, I'm not sure I'm happy about that last bit of play, but no, New Zealand definitely last couple of minutes have improved, and it's just really crucial that we keep them out here. We hate to do all this hard work for the half and concede a late goal. So, yeah, I think one thing I've been impressed with is our press has been sensational. We don't give many room to move, and that's why we were such a good team last year. And it's been great to see us get that back today, and hopefully it continues.
Here we go with the Blacksticks into the box. It goes now. And it is with Blair Tarrant. Nick Wilson's there as well, keeping the ball alive. Good run there by Wilson. Oh, heavy traffic though for the Blacksticks man, the Blacksticks striker. There you go, the Kookaburras. Here's Buttarini, the intercept there, timely for the Blacksticks. Australia looking very dangerous on the rebound. Blacksticks though building up. Playing better now. Dwyer. Shea McAleese is there. Long ball down the field for Australia. We're getting up beyond the half an hour mark. So New Zealand now facing the prospect of a half-time break with potentially no goals on the board. Here's Andy Hayward. That's a good run. Weaving inboard. Doesn't get past Jamie Dwyer. Foul. And Hayward plays on. It is with Tarrant. Blair Tarrant. Turner's there, New Zealand. Looking a little more composed now. Back it goes for Edwards. Back to Hayward. Well, what an absorbing series of games we've seen. But maybe, as Phil Burrows has a good run, into the D, that's a good run by Phil Burrows. Maybe Australia has made its move in this men's series. Kookaburras. The goals have come, Sean, at the 2, 10 and 17th minute marks. 3 goals in 17 minutes. There you take that. Would have been the message. Good play by Mark Knowles. It's with now Glenn Simpson. Australia moving forward. Ockenden, look at that for a pass to Turner. Turner outside the D. Hidden board it goes. Good defence by New Zealand. Sean Anderson was looking for a foul there. Looking for the penalty corner. Late. Intriguing contest. There's Ockenden. Rather, it's Patterson. Collier. Simon Child. Buttarini. Look at him go. Buttarini with space. Into the D. New Zealand defending now. Edwards. Look at the Australians. There's Ockenden with some space. Good stick work. Look at that burst of acceleration. Still going Ockenden. Look at the control. Phil Burrows intercepts. This has been a game played on a level beyond anything we've seen so far this week, for sure. Just love the way the Australians came out and turned it on. Yeah, I've got just over a minute to go. And everyone at half time, assuming there's no more score in this half, can sit back and take a deep breath. (3-0) to Australia. We saw 6 goals in the women's game earlier. So New Zealand will be over in Perth for the series in the men's, but not for the women's. Well, that'll be a series well worth watching over there in Perth if you're in the in the precinct of Perth. Here we go with the Australians surging forward. Cirillo. Oh, look at the pinpoint pass. High standard hockey here. Collier. Blacksticks looking for a goal, looking to get some momentum going themselves. Jamie Dwyer controls the ball, weaving his way through the midfield. Ockenden. Mark Knowles. Liam DeYoung. Ockenden to Turner. Ball just down in that tight corner there. I've got 35 minutes on the clock. Collier. Yeah, Ockenden. He's been irrepressible. And the Blacksticks defending well there. Very well. They've regrouped well, to give them credit. Collier. Dwyer. Australia 3, New Zealand 0. So it's all level with one half to come after 3 matches. Yeah, that series in Perth is going to be a beauty. There's Dwyer. That's magnificent play by Jamie Dwyer. Just pure class. And New Zealand would be, I would think, willing the half-time hooter to go so they can get into their dressing room and just have a bit of a regroup and try and take the sting out of this Australian momentum. It's crossed the face of goal, and the Kookaburras looking like they can score potentially with every raid forward.
Yeah, listen, they obviously scored 3 early goals, and credit to New Zealand, they've had it set for the last 20 minutes or so, but I still think we're looking pretty dangerous. And it just looks like we've had a big wake-up call, to be honest. They're just playing with a lot more intensity, a lot more intense. So even if we win or lose this series, I think it's going to be the wake-up call we probably needed. It's going to make us hungrier, and hopefully with 10 months to go to London, it's really going to sharpen us up a bit.
Well, that's the half-time hooter. So the goals to Australia in this half. Ockenden after 2 minutes off the penalty corner. Simon Orchard from a penalty stroke after 10. And that really had New Zealand reeling. And then 7 minutes later, it was Kyron Govers, the 23-year-old defender, got the ball in the back of the net. And Australia had, in the blink of an eye, wiped that 3-goal deficit. But in the 18 minutes after that, it was New Zealand who held their own, but Australia still looked very, very dangerous from every attack that they made, and there was plenty of them. So it's good signs here for the Kookaburras. New Zealand need to score at the very least once to keep their hopes alive of winning this series. And on the showing of that first half, Sean Anderson, as we wrap it up at the halftime break, I'd be betting my money on Australia taking up this series now.
Well, I certainly hope you're right. I don't want to put the moz on them. Yeah, that was the best way to respond. It was what they needed to do. Obviously, the first 2 games hurt them quite a bit. The number 1 ranking in the world, what it means to the boys, it's just a number. But the way they're playing today, there's just so much passion, and they're riding every play and really, really taking up to New Zealand. So obviously, it just means a lot to them, and they just want to win this game by as much as they can. So I think we're set for a really good second half. New Zealand set up pretty well later towards the end of that half, but the most pleasing thing from my point of view is we haven't conceded 1 corner, and when it's come down to our defensive circle, we've kept it out pretty well. So that's pretty pleasing from my point of view.
Half-time in the 3rd and final match of the Men's Oceania Cup Series. It's Australia 3, New Zealand 0. The second half of the final match of the Oceania Cup Series. Australia playing New Zealand, and what a story it was in the first half. Incredibly, Australia, which needs to win this game by 3 or more goals, by a margin of 3 or more goals, had wiped off that 3-goal deficit by the 17-minute mark, and New Zealand did not know what had hit it. Since then, things have been a little calmer, but Australia were just absolutely superb in that first half. And New Zealand probably in the end were happy enough to go to the half-time break with just the basically on level terms. Here's the Kookaburras. Simon Orchard. Jamie Dwyer. Dwyer in the D. It is with Knowles for Australia. Good build up here, very promising. Simon Orchard, one of the goal scorers in the first half, into the D. Andy Hayward. Swan. And look at Australia, just so urgent, so composed. So many options. Orchard. Oh, into the D it goes, and Andy Hayward has to get a stick on it to prevent. And the ball going in the net. Here is the Blacksticks. Cousins for New Zealand. Hayward. The Blacksticks response will be quite interesting here. Goes into the path there of Shea McAleese. McAleese looks for Phil Burrows. It's 3-0 to Australia. Andy Hayward keeping the ball in play for the Blacksticks. Mark Knowles. Swan doesn't trap it cleanly first time. Blacksticks get the chance to build again. Blair hopping. Steve Edwards. Dean Cousins. Steve Edwards. Phil Burrows. Burrows into the D. It's a promising build up there by the Blacksticks. They've started this half, I guess, in the manner they would have liked to have started the first half, with a bit of momentum, and they were just pinned on the back foot early, and the Kookaburras just hit them with wave after wave of attack. Here's a ball now for Glenn Turner. Turner. And a foul there, so a free hit here for the Blacksticks. Here's New Zealand. Down the grandstand side. And the Kookaburras build up. Across the sideline it goes. Andy Hayward will bring it away for the Blacksticks. Buttarini is there for the Kookaburras. Driving it forward. And good bit of defensive work there in the end for Australia. By Jason Wilson. And Phil Burrows brings it away for the Blacksticks. It's with Phil Burrows. Burrows gets around one man, driving forward now. Blacksticks looking better here. And Collier has a shot at goal. Across the face it goes, and well defended by Nathan Burgers. Steve Edwards was in there as well for the Blacksticks. Much better build up here by the New Zealanders. And they continue to press forward to the Australians. Buttarini. McAleese. And Sean. New Zealand, surprisingly, have had the better of the first half. We've had 5 minutes of play, and they've been by far and away the better-looking side.
Yeah, yesterday's game, I was doing the previous game's match report and missed most of the second half, and I came out and it was all tied up. So I'm happy I'm back a bit early now, and New Zealand haven't put it on the board. But yeah, I think they've carried on from where they ended the first half. They ended it quite well. It'd be great to score, I guess, a goal against play and get that 4-goal lead that we need to win the championship.
Here you go, New Zealand into the D. Better attack there. Shot on goal and patted away there by Berger. That was a lovely shot at goal there by Phil Burrows. And the Blacksticks looking quite dangerous here. They're going to attack again. Good defensive play there by Kyle Brown. Here's New Zealand. It falls in the path of Andy Hayward. Hayward going forward. It's hopping. And New Zealand and Australia in battle here. Russell Ford finds Turner. Turner, cross goal. Oh, straight to the path of Jamie Dwyer. That was an excellent build-up there by Glenn Turner. Here's Eddie Ockenden now. Dwyer with some space. Goal to Turner. Australia's hit the lead. Just too much there for New Zealand, and wonderful build-up by the Australians. Turner was prominent both times. Ockenden played his part. And there you go, Sean Anderson. It's 4-0 to the Kookaburras.
I'm very excited about that, as you no doubt saw me jumping around in the box. Good to see a couple of the boys, Matty Swan and Kyle Brown, get to goalkeeper Nathan Berger's there because he was under the pump for a bit. So they got to him and let him know that they're happy with his work. Russell Ford showed some really good skill there. He's one of these blokes who's been sort of in and out of the squad for a while. Love to see him in his spot. He's a very good player. And yeah, that man, Glenn Turner, is one of my favourites. I mean, he's always good for a goal pretty much every game. He's really developed himself since he's been in the squad, and doesn't miss those chances very often.
Well, now the pressure really on New Zealand. Incredibly, now they're the ones that are doing the chasing. They've got to wipe a deficit. And Australia have just been so good this afternoon. It's just a different team. I reckon they're 15% up on the first 2 days. Whether that's Rick Charlesworth's, I don't know, mind games or not, I don't know. But Butterini, he's been brilliant today, Butterini, and looking for Turner again on the open wing. The Blacksticks. Through, here goes Ockenden. Ockenden again. Dwyer's in the circle. Finds Ford. Drives across the face of goal. Hits the outside post. This is a rampant Australia. What a thrill to watch it. Well, that was just once again all class from the Australians, Sean Anderson.
Yeah, it was that man again, Rusty Ford. Cracking shot, just hit the post. So I've been happy with his game. I've been happy with his whole tournament, to be honest. As I said, I'd really like to see him in so many spot. I think he can add a bit in the midfield, but he's always good around goals as well. And just some great skill in the middle there from Eddie Ockenden, and that's why he's regarded as one of the best in the world. It's been good skill from the boys all day, actually. Just been some really good pieces of play. So yeah, it's 4-0. This is what I want. I'm hoping that we can continue. I do think we're going to have to score a few more because New Zealand do look threatening when they go forward. So I don't think we'll be trying to protect this lead. I think we'll keep on going, try and score a few more goals.
Sean Collier goes across here. It's into the path of Edwards. Hopping. New Zealand just steadily trying to work their way back into the game. Richard Petherick from Midlands. Oh, there's a shot at goal that was a gift for New Zealand. It just fell into the path of Shane McAleese, and how he didn't put that one away, Sean Anderson, I do not know. That was a sitter, the easiest chance we've seen of the week.
Yeah, definitely. Nathan Burgess did very well, and again he had a pretty quiet night on the Thursday night in the first game. He conceded a few goals. Didn't play yesterday. They had Andrew Charter in goal, so it's great to see him respond. And it's hard being a goalkeeper. There's really only one spot up for grabs at the Olympics, so there's a few boys in the system who will be watching very closely. So he'll be wanting to put in a good performance, and he's done his chances no harm today.
As the All Blacks prepare to play Argentina in the rugby tonight, the Blacksticks are right under the pump here, but they've had a chance to equalise, and they somehow didn't take it. And when you're playing a team as good as this Australian team, that is playing as well as it is at the moment, you've got to take your chances. So New Zealand driving forward. 11 minutes gone. Second half. This is the 6th game of hockey we've called here today, this week. Jamie Dwyer, look at him go. Oh, look at him. Look at his speed. Look at his skills. That's a lovely run by Dwyer, the busy little player.
Yellow card there. The Kookaburras, this is the stage of the game now. Still early in the second half, but being one player up for the next 5 minutes, we've just got to put the foot down now and give ourselves a bit of a buffer. I've got no doubt that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, Australia really putting the foot to the floor here. Surging. It goes across now to Dwyer. Dwyer slams it against the outside edge. Jamie Dwyer's found his form this afternoon. He's been busy.
Yeah, he's looking pretty frustrated. He's had a couple of near chances, but one's going to go in sooner rather than later. He's too good of a player to keep missing those kind of shots. But yeah, he's looking very frustrated, and I think he's happy to be back in the team. But I think he's really sort of felt the first 2 games and the disappointment there. So he's trying to get the boys up. But I would put some money on Jamie Dwyer scoring in this game. He looks very capable and very dangerous.
With the ball again, it goes back for Liam de Young. Sorello. Sorello again, but gets around one man into the circle. Brought away by Burrows. McAleese, who must still be kicking himself after missing that sitter of an opportunity a few minutes ago. So Australia lead 4-0. New Zealand have to make the running here. There's nothing left to defend, not one thing. Ockenden. Good run from him. That easy stride. Dwyer doesn't trap it. Australia. There is Knowles. McAleese. Nick Wilson. Trying to find some territory and some field position. Look at Jamie Dwyer, he's involved in everything. Simon Orchard's there as well, one of the goal scorers. Mark Knowles. Australia. And New Zealand shaken but not beaten. McAleese. Oh, Dwyer runs him down. Collier. It's engaging hockey here. And 4-0 Australia's lead. And New Zealand a player down, Sean.
Yeah, as I said, we really need to make the most of that. We've got all the play, all the momentum, so we need to score. Another 1 or 2, I guess, to get reward for our effort. But I still do think that New Zealand are going to come back pretty hard. They're too good of a team to lay down. But no, it's been great, and Jamie Dwyer's just gone on for the rest. It's just been so good to see him play hockey at his best. His pace looks like he's still there, and he's 33, or sorry, 32. He'll be 33 by London. So he's the oldest player in the team, but no doubt he's still got a lot to contribute. He's a big game player, and we're seeing that today.
Comments from Sean Anderson from Hockey Australia. Down the open side it goes. And Australia looking menacing at every turn here. And New Zealand have got to, incredibly, have got to score themselves to take this game to extra time. Here go the Australians. Into the D. That was Matt Swan. Collier relieves for the Blacksticks. Burrows, long ball. Very long, very deep, too long. Over the baseline. Knowles, Buttarini. Back to Knowles. New Zealand just defending, but defence won't do. Here's Turner again. He's been very good today, Turner. I think Turner, Buttarini, Dwyer, Ockenden have been excellent. Goes here to Buttarini. Dwyer across the circle. Oh! Orchard. Did he put the ball in the net? No, he didn't. How did he miss that? On the break here. Wilson. Wilson into the D. Chance across the goal. And that hits the side of the net. Well, end-to-end stuff here at the State Hockey Centre in Hobart. Great opportunity there for Nick Wilson. He did pretty well. Couldn't get his shot on goal, though.
Yeah, two very close chances there. The crowd went up because it just went left of the Kookaburras goal, and the crowd went up thinking it went through, and so did I, to be honest. So, yeah, two near chances there, but we just seen why you can't underestimate New Zealand just on that fast break. They're so dangerous, very similar to their women's side, very, very quick. So I still think we've got some goals to come in this game. Both teams are going to have to just go all out to try and get a few more goals on the board.
Wow, thrilling stuff. Sorello. Buttarini, look at him surging through midfield. Buttarini into the circle. Russell Ford was there. Pressure relief for New Zealand again. I make it 18 minutes gone in the second half. So we're into the last quarter of the game, if you like. Andy Hayward. New Zealand. Ooh, when that sun's come out, it's pleasant, isn't it? Gee, it makes a difference. It's like someone turns the heater on inside the house. It's amazing. Beware of sunburn, though. Working it into the midfield is New Zealand. Steve Edwards. Glenn Turner. There for Australia. Sorello, Buttarini, Dwyer. Just high. Oh, that was a good build-up by the Australians. Dwyer again. Edwards. Collier for New Zealand. Australia is pressing and pressing and pressing. Sean Collier. I wonder what the German team is making of all this. Maybe they're watching themselves, Sean. Hope so. For New Zealand, it's McAleese. Maybe that commentary isn't making too much sense to them. If you are watching in Germany, you want to come on down to Hobart and visit this beautiful hockey centre, I'm sure you'll be made most welcome. Hayward. Good run by Hayward, the big defender. Does the German team visit these shores very often, Sean?
I think the last time they were here was at the 2009 Champions Trophy. We played them in the final. And they took a 2-goal lead at one stage in that game, and we fought back and held on to win that one. So it's been a little while. The female team have been here a couple of times as well. It's always great. We love playing Germany just because they're one of the best teams in the world, along with us. So we love having them through. And there's a great goal to Glenn Turner, my man. I've fought him early. I'm on him. So he doesn't miss those ones very often. If he gets any chance in the circle, he usually puts it away. So that's a great result for the Kookaburras, up by a 5-goal lead. I'd like to think they hold on from here and win by more than 3. In saying that, still motivation there from New Zealand to not only get back in this game, but to try and, I'm sure they take a lot of pride in knocking us off and being the #1 team. There's a little bit of rivalry there, so I'm sure they're going to continue to push hard.
Well, that was Glenn Turner. That was a masterful goal. And now New Zealand we've got to deal with the reality of conceding 5 goals. And frankly, there's the promise of more to come for Australia. They have just turned it on here today. One of the great Australian sporting teams of this era. Hayward. Andy Hayward, Sean Collier. Collier, good run. But it's all about Australia now. Kieran Govers. Sorello, he's been good. And look at the Australians' intent. Dwyer. De Jong. Goes over the baseline. Steve Edwards for New Zealand. The Champions Trophy of 09, that was a Melbourne event, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it was Melbourne. Successful event?
Yeah, very successful. I was involved in that one pretty heavily. We had 2 Champions Trophies in Australia that year. We had the women's in Sydney in July. We had the men's in Melbourne in December. And me being a Melbourne boy, it was great. Really successful. Every day was a sellout. 5,000 people there each day. The boys played some great hockey. Got some great media support, some great commercial support from sponsors as well. So, yeah, it couldn't have been better. And we're hoping to get another Champions Trophy in Australia next year after the Olympics. It's still, I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but I know we're hoping to get it. We love having those big events in Australia. Even this, we love having these Confederation Championships. It's always great when there's something on the line as opposed to a test match. When there's a trophy or a gold medal for grabs, it just brings so much more atmosphere. And I think you see a bit of hockey.
Where would the next venue for the Champions Trophy possibly be, Sean?
I really don't know. It's still sort of being spoken about at the moment, but as I said, we'd certainly like to host it. As I said, we love having those big events in Melbourne in Australia. So we are the #1 team in the world at the moment, as we currently speak, the #1 team in the world. So it's always great for the fans to see their team and their #1 team, and it builds on a number of areas. It builds participation. The young kids get to see Kookaburras up close. It builds media. And it also just promotes hockey in Australia. So we love hosting those big events. We haven't had a World Cup in Australia for a while, so at some stage I'd like to have one of them as well. But I guess as many big events in Australia, the better.
$5-0 to Australia. Goals to Ockenden, Orchard, Govers, and 2 to Turner. Here it is with Matthew Swan. Swan into the box. Lovely shot on goal there by Turner. Number 3 for Glenn Turner. After Bert Patterson missed first time, and Glenn Turner's got a hat-trick. And it's all over New Zealand, I'm sorry. The 7th, the 21st, and the 24th minutes for Glenn Turner. Sean Anderson.
Yeah, he's my man again. I'm happy to say a bit on him for the whole game. No, he's really one of my favourite players to watch because he just, any chance in the circle, he makes the most of it, and that was no exception. So 6-0 now. You'd like to think that the Kookaburras hold on to win by more than 3, but, I won't get too excited until the siren goes. But I'm going to be interested to have a chat to Rick Charlesworth after the game. He's very honest, no matter if they win or lose. I've actually seen him be happier after some losses and wins because he just cares about the process, and if you take care of the process, the result will take care of itself. So no doubt there's going to be some things he's going to pick up on, but I think he'll be really happy with the way the boys are responding, and I think it shows a lot of character, and I'm very proud of the boys at the moment. As I said, I'll like to reserve my excitement until the siren goes, but I don't think he could have asked for too much more from the boys at the moment.
Well, I'll call it for you, Sean. It's all over here. Australia will not lose this. Will not concede 3 goals in 10 minutes. 6-0. Wow. And New Zealand I don't think have done too badly. They haven't done a lot wrong. They've just been outclassed by a great team. It's been really fascinating. Here goes Burrows for the Blacksticks. Knowles. Swan. Ockenden. Govers still with the ball. And New Zealand just... well, they can take a lot away from this. They've got their Champions Trophy to look forward to in December. But just on this showing, sounds like there might be a bit of a gap between them and the top teams.
Yeah, developing team. I mean, I think that they're 7th in the world at the moment, so they've come up. I think last time they were in Australia, it might have been back in 2007, and they were ranked 10th in the world, so they've come a long way, and they're continually getting better. I actually think they're going to be a bit of a dark horse come London. I don't think anyone's going to be playing in their pools going to see it as an easy game, so I do think that they're capable of beating some of the best teams in the world. They haven't been able to do it today, but they've shown in the first 2 games that they're a very capable team, so they'll go away disappointed from today's game, but overall for the tournament, I think that they'll take a lot of positives out of it.
Well, I mean, the reality it'll be 1 win each. It'll just be the goal difference that hurts them. And when you get done 6-0, I guess you're not going to win too many events on goal difference. It's been fascinating. Really has been a pleasure to be here. When will we see the national teams back at Hobart? Sean, here we go. Here's another one, number 7 potentially. Jamie Dwyer. Orchard. Buttarini. Oh, and Turner almost had a foursome.
Yeah, GT was there again, just almost covering that one. Yeah, I'm not too sure. There's going to be, both teams are going to go really hard over the next 10 months at London. They're going to be playing lots of matches. There will be some more matches on the east coast of Australia at some stage next year. It's still not to be determined where those games are, but I think that we love coming back here. It's been great. We get really good support. The girls haven't been any since 1995, so they were definitely due to come back. And yeah, I guess in terms of acclimatising to London, this is probably a better spot as any in the country to do it, because it's been pretty cold down here, as the boys can have a penalty corner. But no, I don't know exactly when they're going to be back, but we love playing down here, so no dramas coming back at all.
Well, it's just now a matter of how many more the Australians can pile on here. Leading 6-0. Goals to Australia to Ockenden, Orchard and Govers, and then a hat-trick in the space of 17 minutes to Glenn Turner, the big striker from Canberra? Yeah. Originally from Canberra? ACT. Buttarini has a shot. It's in the goal square. Turner, can he get number 4? Frantic action there. Hayward brings it away for the Blacksticks. Collier on the break. And New Zealand just trying to play on the break here, which they've done very successfully. Let's not forget that yesterday New Zealand came back 3 times from a goal down and looked to be in the same league as Australia, but this afternoon I can't say that's been the case. Australia have just been far too good. Way too good. 6-0. What Australia would love to do more than anything now is not concede any more goals. They conceded 3 on the first night, 3 on the second day. Scored 3 though, and have not conceded 1 here. Well, that's an improvement curve. And the Blacksticks fire it in. And Nathan Burgers and the officials. What's going on out there, Sean?
Yeah, the boys aren't happy. Just waiting to see what the umpire's called here. They've been awarded a stroke, but I think there's a bit of conversation going on. The boys definitely challenged it, so we'll see what happens. Mark Knowles is certainly not happy about it. It's actually a disappointing result because you know, we're going to win this game. We're going to win it quite comfortably, but it would have been good to have a shutout, particularly from Nathan Berger's point of view. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. That was their first penalty corner for the game for New Zealand, so that's something that we're putting a real emphasis on. Is you know, keeping those corners to a minimum. So it'd be a real shame if they do score here, but I guess the main thing's the result, and it looks like it's going to go our way.
Yep, that's 1 back for the Blacksticks. I think time's going to run out for them. Phil Burrows got the ball in the net. It's now 6-1 to Australia.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have, as I said, keep him to a shutout. You know, so it's a 5-goal difference now, and I like to think we still hold on to win by more than 3. Yeah, so a little bit of a blight, I guess, on for the Kookaburras, but listen, they've just been sensational today. I've loved the way they've played. They're going to take a lot of confidence out of this, I think, and really build now towards London. They've got a really busy schedule coming up. They're going to be playing at the Lanco International Super Series, which we've mentioned, which I've mentioned in previous games. It's going to be a fantastic tournament with all new rules. So please come check that out or watch it on ABC TV. They're also going to be playing a number of matches around Perth in that time as well. So by the time we get to the Champions Trophy, I think we'll be much more in sync. We'll have it's going to be another month and a half away, so it's another month and a half of training together as a group. Fingers crossed we get a few players back like Des Abbott, Graham Begbie, Luke Dorner, absolutely class players, and if you bring them back into the mix, we become a very strong team. And I guess the plan from there is to win the Champions Trophy and then just go bang and just carry it on throughout the rest of the remaining months until London.
(6-1) to Australia. And we're just 90 seconds or so away now from the end of the game. Australia well and truly in control here. Conceding a late penalty, but it's been an otherwise, I would say, close to flawless performance. Buttarini, he's been outstanding today. One of Australia's best, and that's saying something. Burrows. Buttarini. Just seconds remaining on my clock. Jamie Dwyer. Buttarini. Late, a little bit left. And any moment now we're going to hear the full-time hooter with Australia holding a 6-1 lead. Sorello. Buttarini. And time just about up.
Yeah, it's been great to see the boys. You know, I was up very late last night trying to work out if we keep our #1 ranking and trying to call people in Switzerland and find out. So I'm glad it was all for nothing in a way. I'd much rather have done that work and not have to use it rather than say we're going to lose this game or not win by more than 3 goals. So I'm a very happy man. I really think that this is the wake-up call that we needed. You know, we'll keep our #1 ranking. You know, I think we deserve that. We've won the World Cup. We've won the Champions Trophy 3 years in a row. We've won the Commonwealth Games. So, in saying that, it's been an interesting year for the Kookaburras. Haven't played a lot of hockey. So, to finish off this tournament the way we have, I really think it's been a good wake-up call for us, and I really do believe we're going to carry this on and have a good Champions Trophy campaign. It's been some really good signs. Glenn Turner scoring 3 goals obviously was pretty significant in today's game, and I think he's just such a dangerous player. I've really liked Jamie Dwyer's game after what he would probably admit hasn't been his best 2 games in the first 2 games of the series. Today's game, he's just been everywhere. He's had some shots on goal, hasn't put one in the back of the net, but he's just been everywhere. Your man Eddie Ockendon's had a good game. I've enjoyed Nathan Berger's game today. It's one of the better games I've seen him play for a little while, so plenty of positives to take out, but I can tell you right now, Rick Charlesworth will still... he won't be happy. There's going to be things he's going to want to improve, and that's good. We can't be complacent. We want to make sure that we're peaking come London.
.36 minutes on the clock. It's Australia 6, New Zealand 1. Who else have you liked over the course of the week, Sean?
I mentioned him earlier in today's game. I really enjoy watching Liam DeYoung play. He's just such a consistent player. Along with Mark Knowles, they're just really the 2 generals back there, and not much gets by them. And you know, I'm sure goalkeeper Nathan Bergers really appreciates their work. And the other bloke who I think's had a good game is Kieran Govers. Is a very young player. He was given a World Cup squad very early in his career. I think he only had a handful of games at that stage. So Rick Charles obviously saw something in him that he likes, and I think we've seen today what that is.
6-1 to Australia. Full time. Sean Anderson, your final thoughts?
Yeah, I'm a very relieved man. I think, as I said, we keep our #1 ranking spot now, which I think is very well deserved. I think that we are we'll walk away very happy with the tournament. In terms of where we finished off early on, there was going to be some things we need to address, and I think Rick Charles have spoken about that after the last 2 games. So, yeah, all in all, we got the result we wanted today. You know, we as I said, given a wake-up call, so a bit to work on, but yeah, a great way to finish off. To score 6 goals after only scoring 3 goals in the first 2 games.